AI is transforming every industry right now, and intake in legal is no exception. The firms that figure out how to use AI alongside their people, not instead of them, will win in 2025 and beyond. 10% of your potential clients are gone before they even had a chance to speak with you. Remove the weight in your firm, and the growth immediately follows. You want to know what your callers really want more than anything else. They want speed. They want a response. The firms that succeed in 2025 will and are using AI to see everything happening at intake. And then they'll use that insight to coach their people to perform at their best. That's the winning formula. Welcome to the Intake Playbook, the podcast where we transform your law firm's intake process into a secret weapon. I'm your host, Gary Falkowitz, and I've spent more than a decade helping law firms across the country maximize their intake performance. If you want to stop leaving cases on the table, create a better client experience, and grow your revenue, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. All right, everyone, listen up. AI is transforming every industry right now, and intake in legal is no exception. But here's the truth that most law firms don't realize. The firms that figure out how to use AI alongside their people, not instead of them, will win in 2025 and beyond. If you're missing calls, dropping leads, or just guessing about what happens inside your intake process, you have to appreciate the fact that AI is going to make the gap between you and your competitors even wider. Let me start here. In firm after firm, I see upwards of 10% of inbound phone calls missed, not answered, ever, regardless of how long the call rang for. Do you know how much money is potentially lost all because we made someone wait? And that's really the word I want you to think about. When you think about the processes that you have in place at your law firm, if anything is synonymous with the word wait, with delay, with making your potential clients or actual clients sit back, hope, and wonder that maybe their lawyer or their potential lawyer will pick up the phone, then you're leaving money on the table. Remove the weight in your firm, and the growth immediately follows. Now let's get back to that number. 10% of your potential clients are gone before they even had a chance to speak with you. And when I ask law firms or my clients or people in my masterclass, hey, why is this happening? The answer I get is, we just don't have the resources. We didn't have enough people in place at that time to pick up the phones. We didn't even know that calls were coming in or being missed over the weekend because we weren't tracking the right KPIs. It's actually the reason I started Capture Now, because firms can't afford to miss opportunities. So what we did is we actually built a 24/7, 365 live answering solution that doesn't just pick up the phone, by the way, on the first ring every single time, but it uses AI to track and report on every single call so you can finally know what's happening in your intake funnel. It could also warm transfer or sign cases that qualify or send a text immediately after the call to provide reassurance to the caller. And by the way, this is not your grandfather's AI. This is 2025. This is conversational, sounding like a real person, sympathetic, reliable AI. And please don't tell me that you think your callers know the difference and just want to speak with a human being. In reality, that's just your fear. You want to know what they really want? I'm going to tell you right now. You want to know what your callers really want more than anything else? They want speed. They want a response. They want someone to answer when they have a question, when they call. They want someone or something to share their story with at their convenience. And making somebody wait a minute and a half, 2 minutes is no longer convenient. It will force them to hang up. How many of you have stayed on the phone for 2 minutes of ring time? It doesn't happen. I'll tell you when it happens, actually. That's not true. It happens when there's only one game in town. When there's only one specialist in town and you know you have to wait those 2 or 3 or 4 minutes, you'll do so. But when there are competitors, when there are options, when you have multiple paths to choose from, waiting is a recipe for disaster. And if we don't give our potential callers what they want when they want it, we're putting ourselves in a position to lose. So here are my 3 key points for you. This is what you need to know. Number 1, AI can answer every call at scale, whether it's every inbound call, whether it's your nights and weekend calls, whether it's your overflow calls where folks called and no one in your team picked up for 3 rings. You can decide which calls it answers, but you can have them answered on the first ring. What's the alternative, guys and gals? What's the alternative? Voicemail? A call center? But Gary, I've been working with the same call center for the last 10 years. Okay, how many calls have you listened to? How much waiting do the callers have to experience or suffer through until someone picked up? And oh, by the way, when that someone picked up, did they even say your law firm name correctly? Did they have answers? Were they sympathetic? Were they likable? Was what you heard on the call consistent with what was typed out and emailed to you? Was there an API involved where it integrated all the information that was retrieved and it went into your CRM? These are antiquated issues. And you can tell from my passion, I don't want you to ignore them. You got to resolve them because your competitors are. The firms that are winning are not ignoring these issues. They're resolving them. Because in reality, if you want to gamble, then go have calls answered by your voicemail. Go have calls answered by a call center. That's the real gamble. AI is not a gamble. AI is reliable. Number 2, AI can assist with call scoring, which, let's be honest, most law firms are barely doing anyway. AI can analyze tone, script adherence, objections, and even client emotion in real time, which means that intake managers can coach faster, spot problems sooner, and fix breakdowns before they cost you cases. And lastly, AI only works if you still lead people. I'm not telling you to replace your law firm with AI. Don't fall for the myth that AI solves everything. It doesn't hire, it doesn't train, it doesn't inspire your team, but paired with live, trained intake specialists or closers, AI gives you the clarity and confidence to lead better, grow faster, and help more people who need you. Listen, folks, the firms that succeed in 2025 will and are using AI to see everything happening at intake. And then they'll use that insight to coach their people to perform at their best. That's the winning formula. Don't let AI be another shiny object that distracts you. Let it be the tool that finally gives you the clarity that you've been missing. I mean, that's why I built Capture Now, because the idea that law firms can miss calls in 2025 is ludicrous to me. And please tell me that you have some reporting in your firm that tells you if you are missing calls, because that might be the impetus that you need for change. Because remember, every missed call isn't just a missed KPI. It's a missed client, a missed case, and potentially a missed opportunity to help grow your law firm. Don't ignore AI. Use it. Thank you for listening to the Intake Playbook Podcast. If this episode sparked a new idea or insight, take a moment to screenshot it and post it in the Intake Playbook group on Facebook. Share what resonated with you or what you'd like me to dive into next. Your input helps shape this podcast, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me ask you this. Is your intake process maximizing every opportunity? If not, I created the Intake Masterclass to help. Inside, you'll get access to the tools and strategies I've used to help firms transform their intake process and turn missed opportunities into measurable wins. Plus, you'll join a network of professionals all focused on growing their firms. The ROI you'll see from refining your intake will speak for itself. Visit IntakePlaybook.com today and start making every lead count. Thank you again for spending your time with me on the Intake Playbook Podcast. Remember, intake isn't just about systems. It's about building trust and creating connections. Keep pushing forward. And if you're looking for more resources or details from today's episode, check out the show notes at IntakePlaybook.com. I'll see you there.